mortgages in Dubai are one of the most easiest facilities to have as compared to any other major city in the world. Let's talk about the first and biggest mistake that they make even before the mortgage process. A lot of family-oriented life here because that's what Dubai offers you, safety and family life. Let me tell you the best trick to make this work.
Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's episode we have something special. We have Khurram Asif here today and we're going to have a special interview. He is the country manager for Dubai at Global Mortgage Group for both investors from outside of the country and for investors that are here in Dubai and want to purchase properties in Dubai. So Khurram, welcome to our channel, and for today I would like you to present yourself and tell us a little bit more about what you do here in Dubai.
Absolutely. Thank you, Emil, for having me. It's a real pleasure to be with you. My name is Khurram Asif and I manage all the Dubai mortgages for Global Mortgage Group. I manage mortgages for investors and residents, non-residents, anybody who is looking at any sort of investment or moving to Dubai, living here with their family, acquiring property. I manage mortgages for that. I'll tell you a little bit about myself before I tell you about the product itself. I was born in Dubai. I've been here my whole life. The country as such is about 52 years old and I'm 49 years old. So you can say I've pretty much been here from the start.
You're basically a local at this point.
I'm absolutely a local, true bred, born in Dubai, brought up here. I studied here and after I did my master's, I took up real estate financing as one of the professions. I've been with the banking industry for about 15 years in Dubai, mortgage financing, before I came onto the other side of the table, which is consulting. We now offer mortgage solutions to residents, non-residents, investors, people from all over the world. We have solutions for that.
Very nice, very nice. So I have a couple of questions for you.
Please.
Of course, that's the reason why we met here today. So can you give us an overview of how mortgages work here in Dubai for residents and also for non-residents as well?
Sure. Right. For starters, let me say that mortgages in Dubai are one of the most easiest facilities to have as compared to any other major city in the world. It's not complicated, they are very straightforward, and contrary to what most non-residents may think, we do not require a lot of documents. There's not too much of due diligence to be done. They're very simple. Residents who are living in this country, or even if they're not living here, but who have income in Dubai, in UAE, they can get up to 80% finance and just 20% down payment. Non-residents could be people who live in other countries all over the world, could be people who live in Dubai but still have income and businesses running outside Dubai. They can get up to 65% financing, 35% down.
Amazing. So from what I understand, because the process is so streamlined and the country itself keeps itself so secure, not just physically, but also digitally, the process and everything, like I said, is streamlined. So it makes it very easy for people to just come to Dubai, invest here, either from here or from overseas.
Completely. This is also majorly a result of the rulers' initiative to completely digitize Dubai. So if you go to any other major city like London or New York, even in Canada where we do mortgages, things are much slower, they take much longer, but in Dubai everything is digital, mortgage approvals are digital. Investors or buyers, end users, they don't even need to come to Dubai to get the mortgage facility. Everything can be done remotely. A complete property purchase, acquisition can be done remotely. The mortgage can be executed remotely. We've also had instances where we have opened accounts for clients remotely in the banks. So everything is digital here, and one of the main things that makes our life simpler here as compared to any major city is the complete absence of any taxes. If you want to take a mortgage in London or New York or Paris or any major city, the first and most important thing the bank looks at is your tax returns. How much are you earning, but how much are you actually bringing home after tax rebates or returns? We have no such thing in Dubai. Dubai is a tax-free zone. From the time you purchase the property till the time you decide to sell it at a premium. There is no income tax, there is no property tax, there is no rental income tax. There is not even any tax on the premium. If you buy something for $1 million and you sell it for $2 million, you don't pay any taxes. As a result of this, our mortgage product is really simple. And we require only simple things like income details of a client, whether they're employed or run their own business. We require KYC, passport, identification, addresses where they live in that country. It's really simple. That's just about all we need to get a mortgage approved.
That's amazing, and we know all these details as well as consultants here in Dubai. Now, can you tell us about the mortgage rates as well? How do you find them compared from Dubai, from other places around the world? That what you at least have heard about, because you being an expert for Dubai is one thing, but I guess you've heard stories about other places around the world as well.
Well, I can give you two examples. The first rate, which is for residents, for people who have income in the country, they have rates as low as 3.79% per year, and they can go all the way up to 4.5 or 5%, depending on their income and the property. If you talk about non-residents, that's people who are living outside Dubai, but they wish to buy property here through a mortgage, which they then rent out. They rent out the property and the rental income pays for the mortgage. Their rates start from 5.5%, and they can go up to 6.57%. Sometimes we meet clients who come in from the UK and they say, or even from Canada right now, and they say, oh, our rates are very low in Canada. They're not 6%, they're very low. Keep in mind again that if the interest rate for the non-resident is 5.5, that's all he pays. He doesn't pay property tax or income tax. He pays all this in the other countries.
Yeah, exactly. So many benefits of investing and purchasing here in Dubai.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Another question that I have: are there specific areas or properties that investors are keen or more keen to purchase here in Dubai?
Right. So when you talk about investors, there's two sorts of investors, which you know better than me. One is the type who want to buy a property, hold on for maybe 1 year, and then flip it at a premium. And then there's the other investors who buy a property with the sole intention of leasing it out. And they like to get the rental income for the next 3 to 5 years, maybe even more, depending on the area. In terms of ROI, return on investment, I would say 80% of the freehold areas in Dubai are beneficial. Whether you're looking at downtown or Business Bay, whether you go down towards the marina or the Palm, which is one of the wonders of the world, or if you go to the opposite side, to Dubai Land, you've got Jumeirah Village Circle, you have all the townhouses in Dubai Land, you've got the ranches. I can go on and tell you so many names. 80% of my clients are in the green zone when it comes to ROI. They're making more money than what they spent on the property.
Definitely.
Mortgages are being paid by rentals.
As well, I'm curious if there are some common mistakes that applicants make during the mortgage process.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the first and biggest mistake that they make even before the mortgage process. A lot of non-residents, and obviously because they don't live here, so they need to be educated about this, and that's exactly what your video will do. They should understand that if they want to invest in Dubai and buy a property, they should get the mortgage approval first. Because we're sitting in one of the hottest markets of the world right now.
Yes.
Hotter than any other major city. And when I say hot, I'm not just talking about the temperature.
Yes.
Right now is actually the best temperature in Dubai. What I mean by hot is you like a property, you spend substantial time to look for the right property. Buying a property is a big decision. You spend time, you spend money, maybe you fly down with your family, you go do some viewings, you spend your time. A realtor like yourself spends this time, shows them properties, and then they apply for a mortgage and realize that maybe they cannot get as much as they need it. Maybe they're not eligible at all for some reason. So the wisest thing to do is to always apply for a mortgage first. The approval is valid for 60 days, 60 calendar days, and it can easily be validated and renewed again. But how this helps the investor and the realtor is now you know exactly what you're shopping for.
Yes.
You got a mortgage approval. So if the mortgage approval is for $5 million, you're not going to look for $8 million property. You know exactly, you're going to focus in the right place, you're going to negotiate in the right price. This is the most important thing that everyone should keep in mind. Other than that, there's not really any mistakes that clients make. It's more again about process. A lot of people living outside Dubai have this misconception that they need to provide tax reports or credit reports to us from their country. And if you go beyond a certain amount, let's say you want to borrow more than $10 million, then yes, your credit report will be required. But if you're borrowing anything in Dubai below $10 million, the banks here don't need your credit report from your home country. And they don't even want to look at your tax report necessarily.
Yes.
Which is I can't make it simpler than this. I mean, this is one of the most simplest ways to acquire a mortgage in any part of the world.
Yeah, it's amazing the trust and the control that they have over the overall security of the properties, and like I said, the entire process itself, the control and how everything is so streamlined.
See, Emil, that's a very good word you use, trust. And when you say trust, what this also portrays to any buyer, anyone who's living outside Dubai, someone who doesn't know much about Dubai or hasn't bought a property yet, they should see that if the local banks of Dubai, of this country, are putting in so much trust, that they are extending 60 to 65% finance at minimal documents, this also shows how much trust the government has in their economy, in
Yes.
their real estate sector. This also shows the buyer that local banks are willing to give them the money on properties they like. You know, this trust goes a long way in a lot of
Yes.
areas.
Yes, Dubai definitely is the city where they want to help people move over here, purchase property, and make it as easy as possible for them to begin a new life, because Dubai is a totally different place than anything else we've seen on this earth.
In the last 3 years, post-COVID, trends have changed a lot here. Before COVID, we used to see a lot of people just buying and flipping properties. People would buy properties in 6 to 9 months, flip it for a premium, take all the money, go away without any taxes. In the last 3 years, we have seen a lot of end users coming here. We've seen a lot of people moving to Dubai with their families, bringing their kids here, putting them in schools here. A lot of family-oriented life here, because that's what Dubai offers you: safety and family life.
How can potential buyers prepare themselves financially so they can get the best mortgage terms?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me tell you the best trick to make this work for the realtor and for the potential buyer, especially for the buyer. Okay. For residents who have income in this country, they need a deposit of at least 20% to buy a property. For non-residents with income outside the country, they need at least 35 to 40%. So the best way to go about this business is when you're speaking to a client and the client's showing interest to buy property in Dubai, the client will ask you, Emil, how much of mortgage facility can I get? I live in Germany, for example, or I live in Romania, or in Africa, or any part of the world. Actually, before you answer that question, what you need to ask the client is, how much of down payment or how much of savings do you have with you to put towards a property in Dubai? Because his answer will define your property price. If a non-resident client tells you, I have X amount of money with me, which I can invest in Dubai, you equate that X amount to 35%. The remaining 65, I'm going to give you from the bank. Put it together and you have your property price. This is the easiest way of going about it. It saves the client's time, saves your time, and also allows the client to benefit from the right property at the right time before prices keep increasing.
Yes.
Because a client in his capacity, wherever he's working overseas, maybe he's eligible for 10 million dirhams as a mortgage, maybe. But maybe as a down payment, he doesn't have more than 1 million dirhams, which means his eligibility may be 10 million. I could give him a mortgage approval for 10 million, but in actual, he can only use 1 or 1.3 million of the mortgage added with his down payment, which is why the most important question is, how much of down payment do you have with you to invest in Dubai? And that defines the mortgage and then the property.
Okay, so then let's say I have the client, he has the down payment. What are the necessary documents that said client would need to
Sure.
get the mortgage here in
Very simple
Dubai?
documents, the usual passport copy and national ID from whichever country he is. We need his national ID, a photo ID, and a passport copy. We'd like proof of his income, source of income. So if you tell me he has income, it's either from a job or a business. We do not currently offer mortgages to clients who are only investors. What I mean by only investors, in their country, who are only living on rental income. We don't have mortgages for them. He needs to have substantial income from a job or a business. So if you tell me he's employed, I need a letter of employment. If you tell me he has a business, I need his business license. I need to look at his last 6 months personal bank statements to see his average income, average balance. And I need a utility bill of where he lives in his country. That's it. This is the standard list of documents.
That sounds amazing, and I know you're the guy that can help us out with potential clients that we will have for sure together in our collaboration.
Absolutely.
So all your details will be, of course, down in the description.
Sure.
If you want to contact Kumran, like I said, all details will be down there. And thank you again very much for giving us your time and your knowledge here.
It was helpful.
Yes, it definitely was, and I think even more helpful for our viewers.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much again. For future inquiries here in Dubai, you can, like I said, ask Kumran, or for buying real estate, you can contact me, of course. My details are also down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Thank you. Good
Thank you as well.
Thank you.